Hello again, grade sixes. Thanks again to the sub who's taking care of my wonderful grade six math class. Hopefully you've accomplished quite a bit last class. Remember, UTW, use your time wisely. You're in class to work, so you might as well get as much done as possible so you don't have to do much at home. This video is going to be much shorter than the last one. I'm going to go over questions from section D, which is index and exponent notation. I'm going to start by going over questions from section C, which is 0 and 1. All right, very basic stuff. More interested in the division aspect of 0 and 1. So without further ado, everyone put them up. Put it up, put it up. Let's start class on 3. 1, 2, 3, let's. Okay. Now, these ones right here. C, 12 divided by 0. Remember, when the 0 is on the right-hand side, what's it going to be? Undefined. So this answer for C is undefined. And Mr. Gay can't spell at all. For D, anytime 0 is on the left-hand side, okay, it is defined, or it does have an answer, and the answer is always going to be the same, but it does have an answer, and the answer, it just equals 0, okay? And you notice that E is extremely similar to C. You could write it like this, if you can't spell like me, undefined. Okay, it's undefined. So hopefully you didn't have too much trouble with that. Remember, you always have people to refer to. Aiden and Rachel have went through this. I'm sure the teacher's capable to help you. Ask around. Make sure you understand this because this is going to be on the advancement 100%. Next. Now this one is a bit more tricky. Definitely a bit more tricky than 0 and 1. But as long as you understand the process, just like anything, it's not as complicated as it looks. Okay? Remember, if you have something that looks like that, you have to remember that this is the base, and this is the exponent, or the index, however they want to call it. Okay? And if you want to write this right now is in index form. If you want to write this in factorized form, remember factorize is just making it longer and multiplying it. So it'd be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 4 times. And remember, if you want to put it as a natural number or just an answer or just a number, it's going to be 3 times 3, which is 9, times 3, which is 27, times 3 again, which is 81. So that would have been your answer for this question. Okay? Just a little recap. So let's go back to what we're responsible to have done. Here, if it's separated by a subtraction sign or an addition sign, you cannot combine those two. And by that I mean this. Let's look at this example right here. You have to look at the first 3 2's here because they're all being multiplied together. Your base is going to be 2, and because you have 3 of them, it's going to be 2 cubed, or 2 raised to the 3. Subtract, this 2 is completely by itself, so it just stays by itself. The reason why I make sure that I mention this is because some people might look at this and try to tell me that it's 2 to the 4th. Because they see 4 2's? No, it's not. Okay? It's only going to be 2 cubed because those are the only 3 2's that are being multiplied together. Let's look at this one. There's 2 3's here, so it's going to be 3 squared because there's 2 of them. And then here, the base is going to be 2, and there's 1, 2, 3 2's. And then remember, that subtraction sign stays. So in between the 2 squared and the 3 squared and the 2 cubed is going to be a subtraction sign. And the last one, the 5 stays because there's a plus right next to it. So there's nothing it can combine with. There's 3 2s here being multiplied together. There's a plus sign, and then there's 2 7s that are being multiplied together. And that's your final answer. Okay? This is actually from question 4, I believe. Okay, this is from question 4 on checkpoint 6, which is page 9192. Like I said yesterday, some of you might not be to this checkpoint. Some of you may be past this checkpoint. Everyone should be paying attention right now, no matter where you are. Okay? Because if you're not there yet, you want to look at this. You want to copy these questions down. You want to have these written down in your notes. Okay? Because at the end of today's class, the teacher is going to collect all your portfolios, okay? You're going to collect all your portfolios, you're going to pile them up here on this desk or on a chair or on the floor, wherever we put them, because when I get back today, tomorrow I'm going to correct all your portfolios and make sure your orange belt, your checklist, everything has been completed for your orange belt, okay? I know this is blue, I won't be checking this, but I'll be doing the exact same process in a bit. So, the next section is section E. So this is going to be your primary focus today. I'm not going to go over this, okay? I will recap this after the long weekend if I need to. However, this is going to be, you're going to watch a Khan video on this, and he does a very good job of explaining order of operations. Probably a better job than I could explain it. But basically, you need to make sure you do groups of questions, such as the ones like I have listed here, or the ones that you're going to be responsible for, like the ones we're going to go over in the homework on Tuesday of next week. You need to make sure you do these in the correct order, so you don't just do it from left to right like we've always been doing, okay? And he's going to describe that in the video, which I believe is checkpoint, I want to say it's checkpoint 7. Yes, I believe it's checkpoint 7, checkpoint 8, around there. So, a couple things to remember before the end of today's class. First thing, do not leave with your notes portfolio. Aiden and Rachel, I know you guys are ahead, same thing. It goes for everybody. Do not leave with it, leave it here so Mr. Gay can correct it. Second thing, if you haven't done so already, you need to make sure those calendars are filled out for October and you've mapped out every day until you've written the advancement. And you know how quickly you can go now. Some of you, I'm going to push to challenge yourself a little bit more and try to accomplish more in the day, because I think you're allowing yourself to kind of get complacent and kind of not so much get lazy, but just get comfortable with not doing as much as you could. And other people, I think you're trying to go a bit too fast. I think you need to maybe slow it down a bit. For the majority of us, for the 85% of us right in the middle, I think you're roughly around where you should be, which is great. Our goal is to have everything for Discipline 1 completed before Christmas. We'll see if we can do it. So don't leave in your notes portfolio, and make sure that your calendar is definitely filled out for next Tuesday, but it should be filled out by the time you leave class. So when I go over your orange belt checklist, I should see your blue belt calendar in your portfolio, okay? They should have been handed out on Monday. Hopefully I remember to do that. So have a great long weekend. If I don't see you, I should see you on Thursday. But if I don't, have a great long weekend, and we'll see you next week.